Hey y'all, it's Jeff Hammers coming live to you from the wood shop again. Hey, I just wanted to weigh in on this whole student loan thing. Look, I did a ton of research on student loans about 3.5 years ago. It's my story, okay? It all started when I was doing my taxes one year and I saw the interest for my student loans. I was entering it in and I looked at it and I went, just some quick mental math. I went, did I even make any principal payment? Because it was like, I don't know. My mental math was like, it was super close, whatever I was paying, versus what the interest was divided by, 12 months. And so I went ahead and I did a lot of research and I watched videos on YouTube from experts, and that's one of the ways I found Dave Ramsey. But I started calling the student loan company, trying to figure out some things, and here's what I figured out. Number one, if you're on an income-based repayment plan like I was, what they do is they take what the government deems to be 10% of your discretionary income, what they think you have, not counting your car payments and your home mortgage or anything like that. What they do is they go ahead and they say, okay, 10% of your discretionary income, Mr. Hammers, you need to pay $150 a month. I thought, oh, cool. My bill was before, it was like $600, right? But that's like on a 20-year plan, $170 a month or $150 a month or whatever the number was. And I was like, great. But then when I started looking into it, my interest on my loans was about $150 a month. And they always get the interest money first. Don't discredit that. So basically, I'm making payments towards interest. Now, this is where, you hear a lot of, through my research, this is where you hear a lot of people go, I had my student loan and I've been paying on it for 20 years and the balance is still the same. Or my balance has gone from $50,000 to $80,000 or whatever it is. And that's why. Is it because sometimes the payments that they're making don't even cover the interest? Like my first 2 years I had my student loans, they were putting them at $70. So what does that mean? Every month I'd go backwards $100. Okay? Or $80, whatever the number was. Okay, so that $80 or $100 gets put back into the loan as principal. So now instead of being $55,000 in debt, I'm $55,100 in debt. Next month it's $55,200 and $55,300, and it just keeps going and going. Meanwhile, they're charging interest on top of the interest that now became part of the principal. So I'm constantly working backwards. I'm making monthly payments, but it ain't enough. Now, and that's at the 10% rate. Now Biden's talking about we're going to do 5%. Yeah, it's going to get you into a lower monthly payment, but guys, look around. Like, you're going to be in the position that I was, going backwards. So I mentioned before I found Dave Ramsey, and at that point, I found Dave Ramsey. I started looking at his debt snowball program. Forget all the politics of Dave Ramsey. Okay, the thought process is right on, right? Use old school methods, the stuff that our grandparents always talked about that we never, ever use today. Save money for a rainy day, right? Live on less than you make. And I wasn't. I mean, we had credit cards, we had 2 car payments, we had all kinds of stuff going on. And that's why I couldn't make any real student loan payments. So we worked to clear up all our small debt and all our little ankle biters that we had going on, death by 1,000 cuts kind of thing. And it started going, okay, so now we're down to the student loans and the car payment and one car payment. And we had, $55,000 in loans. Well, I have got 18 different loans, through Navient at the time. Now, most of them are Advantage, going through, all this money every month, and I'm making no headway. So I'm like, what about the 20-year loan forgiveness? Okay, I'm 3 years into that or whatever, 25 years or whatever plan I was on at the time. And I looked at that and I asked about that. And you know what the difference? Like, if you go ahead and let's say I made my 20-year loan payments and I just treaded water and I just made the minimum like I was and was just breaking even, and they forgive them, I have to pay the income taxes on the $55,000 that I would have had forgiven. Who's got the money for that? What's that cap? I don't know how they would tax that. I'm not tax. Let's say I owe 30% on that. I ain't gonna owe them like 13, 14, 15 grand, and then I'm gonna have to still make payments for 20 years. It's cheaper for me just to get them out of my life as fast as possible. So I went and I started the debt snowball, and I had a bunch of them that were like put the debts in order, smallest to largest, with my student loans. And I said, okay, I got a bunch of $1,700 ones. I got some that are $2,500 and $3,500, and I just kept working through them. Every bonus I got, every tax return, stimulus check, it all went to student loans. Now I'm happy to say that I'm down to $20,000 from $55,000, and the payments are coming back. And guess what? I'm sitting in a good spot. And I hope that you guys see this video and understand that you cannot just do these save plan or the income driven repayment plan and make it and think it's going to work. It's not. You got to get some big hairy payments going in there. You need to go in there and knock out the smallest ones and get them out of there as fast as possible, or you will be in there forever farting around with these student loans. And you're going to be like me, where one of my student loans I've had since when I first went to college, when I got out of high school. I've been married for 17 years. I joke with my wife that I've had the original student loan I had for longer than I've had her. 19 years, and I'm still paying the stupid thing. So please learn from my mistake. Get in there, make your minimum payment, and then start adding additional money to your payments. And actually go on the website, and you can specify by each loan how you want to make a payment. You can see all your loans, and you can sort them by smallest to largest, and then say loan number 7, I want to throw another $200 at you this month. You keep doing that. And then when you get your bonus at work, you go in there and you say loan number 7, goodbye. Loan number 13, you're the next one on the list, get rid of that. Loan number 19, get rid of that. Whatever it is, however it works out for you numbers wise. But you gotta do it. You can't just wait for the government. The government's not going to do it. They're not going to help us, nor should they. I don't think my father-in-law, who's a heating guy, should have to pay for my college education. I don't think that my kids should have to pay for my college education or my grandchildren. I can't saddle them with that burden. So I'm getting off my rant right now. Keep an eye out for another video. I'm going to put in there my ideas for how we could actually fix the student loan system without forgiveness. So see you guys, and stay safe out there, and don't do anything I wouldn't do.